fetishes?
Yeah, you like feet or some shit?
No.
Pee pee. No.
Golden shower.
Golden shower type stuff. I mean, I don't know.
This is getting. I'm
just asking you a question, Chau. Just so you know, I don't have anything like that now.
Wasn't it Bill Burr that said something along the lines where I don't know if it was Bill Burr or who's the other comedian? He drinks scotch and whiskey. Ron
White.
Mm-hmm. Where
now he drinks what's it called?
Scotch, whiskey.
No.
Scotch and whiskey are technically the same thing.
Yeah, no, now he drinks what's it called, man? Tequila.
Tequila. What?
Tequila. Yeah, he's a tequila fan now.
Shit. Yeah, no, there was a question I think one of the comedians asked about, like, asked one of the audiences if they were gay, and then to prove his point that he was somewhat gay was like, do you prefer porn with just pussy over pussy or dick and pussy? He said dick and pussy. He's like, well, there you go.
I mean, I guess. I could see how, but that's convoluting it, but yeah, I mean, I guess so. That's a good point.
But it's a valid point.
It's a valid point. But
a really uncomfortable point.
Yeah, you don't want to think about that. But that's kind of true.
Because, like, for me, I would say that's an exit only.
Oh, the butt.
Right.
You're talking about the booty hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a one-way street.
It reminds me of a scene in
and there's a sign that says "Do not enter."
It reminds me of a scene in Superbad where he's like, besides, have you ever seen a vagina by itself? Not for me. It's hilarious. And yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's just one of those things that, like, I don't know.
That movie is so good. I fucking love it.
I do need to go back and watch Superbad.
Oh, it's so fucking good, man. Yeah, I heard they apologized for making that movie, and that really bothered me. I know. It was something like, in this day and age, we can see how that movie was offensive, and we're sorry. And it's like, fuck you, man. That was a funny movie. That was a great movie.
Well, what were they? Who was getting? Okay, let me backpedal this up a little bit because I'm curious because I had didn't hear anything about directors or actors or actresses that participated in the movie saying they had to apologize for making the goddamn movie.
I mean, that's happened several times, but in this particular instance, I must
have missed it. Obviously,
I found it crazy because, like, Seth Rogen and
what were they apologizing for
the movie in general? There's a lot of dirty jokes in that.
Well, no shit. That's what made it good.
And there's a lot of like, there's a scene where they're talking and he's like, you ever heard a girl when she was like saying, oh, I was so drunk, I can't believe I did that guy. We could be that mistake. That's what he says. So he's implying, I guess, that you could get a girl so drunk and convince her to have sex with you, and that was okay. And I think what they're saying is in this day and age, that would not be considered okay.
I really don't give a fuck.
It was a fucking joke.
It's like, I don't give a fuck what this day and age. No, day and age and, like, this social media bubble, echo chamber. These so-called journalists, if you want to call them, they live in like I didn't know. I didn't know I elected these individuals to be the gatekeeper of what morality is.
Right, right, absolutely.
If I want to joke the way I want to joke, all right.
And that's the thing is, everybody knows it's a joke. It was a fucking movie. Yeah. It was a great movie. Everybody loved it. I don't know why you'd apologize for it. It's been 10 years ago.
Probably why I like
15 years ago.
That's probably why I like Bill Burr a lot, because he doesn't apologize for anything. Like,
me too. And he says some great shit.
Yeah. It's just, I'm sorry. Comedy is the bastion of freedom of speech.
Absolutely. I agree with that, 100%.
It's hands off. Mm-hmm. You say whatever you want, as offensive as you want.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If you got a problem with it.
Do you remember, I think it was Jerry Seinfeld who said, like, he will never do stand-up at a college campus ever again.
Yeah, and there's a lot of comedians like that now.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's real sad.
Because they can't take it. They can't take the jokes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's offensive. Like, here we go.
Like, dude, it was a fucking joke and you know that. You asshole. For trying to convince people that it was, like, a true... Like, if they make a rape joke. Like, yeah, okay, that can be offensive. So can literally every joke. Every joke is basically offensive.
And who decides what's offensive and what's not? And then all of a sudden they want to try to legislate or censor free speech. Like, dude, you don't have to agree with it.
No, I agree 100%.
But if you can manage to take the tone for what it is, I mean, take it as a joke.
Yeah, just take it as a joke, man.
Yeah, Jesus.
Stop taking it so seriously.
Everybody's so afraid of getting offended or offending somebody. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I try not to offend people, but if it was my job to offend people,
you don't do it. You don't do it with a malicious intent to offend. I mean, there's an obvious difference. If you can't tell if you can't see the obvious difference of what if it was malicious intent or not, don't go to a comedy club. I tell you to get a life, but I mean,
no, you're right. Don't go to a comedy club.
Don't go to a comedy club. Get a life. If I told you to get a life, it might come off a little redundant, and you wouldn't even know what that meant. Someone's gonna get offended by when they watch this, aren't they?
No, I don't think so.
Well, at least I hope not.
I hope not, because it's just reason and logic, and I don't see how you can get offended by that.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, everybody has their little trigger moments.
Yeah. So what's your trigger moment, Chau?
Dealing with SJWs.
SJWs.
They get it. I get offended when they
define SJWs for the
Social
viewers.
Justice Warriors is the acronym where anything that does not meet some of criteria of what is politically correct. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the criteria are politically correct. It's just some.
They change every day.
Yeah, it's some arbitrary quota they throw at you. Like, where did that shit come from? Oh, it's just the way it is. Look, because you said so. Well, go fuck yourself. I don't care. You know?
Absolutely.
And this is going to sound a little racist because it may come off a little racist.
Come on, Chau. Okay. This early?
Yeah, this early in the game. I'm so curious as to why. What is the deal with like especially let's start with the white folks.
Okay.
You know, the self-loathing.
Oh God, yes.
You know, like guilt.
They hate themselves.
It's
so
like
bad.
I don't get it.
So bad.
Yeah.
I was explaining this to somebody the other day. I was explaining how a lot of the things that I don't like, it's because it comes off as self-hate. You know, people who hate themselves, hate their race, hate America.
I'm trying to figure that out.
They hate everything that makes them themselves, and they want to. I think it makes them feel better.
No, it's like their victim points. It's I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to get past. I'm trying to get through this mental gymnastics. They can't.
Right. It's like a guy like claiming that he like cares about like women or something, but he's really just trying to get with the women in the room.
Yeah, we call him male feminist.
It's kind of how it's kind of how it is. It's like, dude, we all know why you're saying that. It's because you want to fuck Lisa. That's the reason you're saying that.
And so Lisa's not putting out for you.
Lisa's not putting out, man. You're in the friend zone.
Yeah, it's okay.
Somebody got mad at me for saying friend zone the other day.
Wait, what?
Friend zone, yeah.
What's wrong with being friend zoned?
Well, apparently they were saying that it's not the woman's job to have to fuck you, and so if she doesn't fuck you, that does not mean she is putting you in the friend zone.
It's that kind of behavior.
And I was dude, everyone knows what the friend zone is. Come on.
If you get friend zoned, you get friend zoned.
Yeah, and we're not saying you have to put out. We're just saying if he was trying, he really likes you, and you say, "Oh, you're so cute, but you're just a friend." That's in the friend zone. I don't know what to tell you. That's what it's called.
I'm still trying to figure out what is the deal with like so many, especially when I like. Because I'll be honest with you, I flip on. I don't really flip. I just YouTube little bits and pieces here and there. I pulled the plug a long time ago. Like, what is it? What the SJW, all predominantly white. Hang on, before anybody jumps the gun on this one, but it's like they're speaking for minorities.
Oh, absolutely.
You ever notice that? Like
absolutely.
They're speaking the majority white, if not all of them are, and they've got like these big massive earrings, especially the dudes, and they're just drooping down right here because it's all weighted down, which is fine. Like I'm all hey, you want, if that's how you want to express,
whatever,
if
man,
that's the way you express yourself, that's fine. If you want to go all out like Marilyn Manson, dude, I'm still a fan of his music, by the way.
No,
I love Marilyn Manson's work.
I like a lot of the way he talks too. He seems like a genuine guy.
Slightly off topic, he did a great job when he composed the first music score for the Resident Evil movie.
Yes. God, I love that song.
He nailed it right on
like the theme song.
Yeah,
I would fucking have on repeat Jesus. Jesus. I
have it downloaded and I still listen to it every now and then. I was like, Marilyn Manson, dude.
I always said somebody should do a rap remix to that song because it would just be sick. Because how it just builds and builds and builds.
Well, he's good. Like, he's good on like with his music, and you know, you go back to his old school, like the Beautiful People. Like he's really good at hitting those crescendos, like right when you. When you want them, you know, when you think sometimes he'll pull a little early, sometimes he'll like let it like drift a little bit. It's like, oh, there it is.
Exactly.
And then he hits it.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
You know, so, but anyways, I know I got a little off topic. I haven't heard anything from him. So I just like, man, I got to give him some props. Like he's done a great.
He's just living off his money probably.
Yeah, probably. He just doesn't give a fuck with all this bullshit that's been going on in the media. So I don't fault him one bit. But yeah, I just don't understand this whole ordeal with these left leaning white folks that all of a sudden have to, you know, for whatever reason they have like this self-appointing mode they go through where they have to like speak for all minorities all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
Mexicans, Asians, black. It's like, dude, I mean, if you want to speak for these other guys, fine, but you're not speaking for me.
Right. Absolutely. No, I can't stand it myself.
I can hold my own.
Yeah.
I don't need some beta dude,
wannabe
white male.
Yeah.
Speaking for me.
Like, no, I agree completely.
I can hold my own.
Yeah, no, I can't stand it. I mean, I think the first time I realized that was happening was some years ago. It was when the NFL team, the Redskins, was talking about changing their name. And I
think I heard something about that where they said the Redskins was
racist. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Against Native Americans. Right. So, but it was mostly, the outrage was mostly just white people. That's all it was. And when they went to these like Indian reservations and asked them, they're like, we don't have a problem. Like literally there'd be like a family on the news, like, why would we get offended by that? Like a family of Native Americans, just like, who gets offended by it? They're like, we use that word as a term of pride. Why would we get offended that they're using? That's ridiculous, you know. But then there's always white people like, it's so racist. It's like, it was really funny to me.
You
it was
look like
really,
a penguin just doing this.
I did not see not a one Native American that was offended. Not a one.
Do you see how mind-boggled I am now? Like they're bringing in Asians into the whole fold. I mean, it's like, look, man, we were trying to keep to ourselves.
Asians always are on the back burner, and the reason why I think, because people really don't think about this.
We like to keep it on the DL, but now since they brought it up, it's like, all right.
Asians are like the one racial group who does like exceedingly well at like everything, and so if somebody says, well, you have this white privilege, and so that means you get job opportunities and you get to go to college and stuff. It's like, man, most of the colleges are filled with Asians at this point. Most of these tech jobs and stuff, they're all filled with Asians.
And Indians.
Asians and Indians, basically. It's like, it's a ridiculous ratio.
Yeah.
And so like, nobody really is offended for the Asians.
I'm always kind of wondering if like, do they self-loathe or they want to play like, we're on stolen land. It's like, well, here's a thought. Why don't you just move out of your apartment or your house, give it to some, I guess, Native American, give it all up.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, give up your nice paying job.
Yeah.
Give it to some Native American who may not understand how to do your job, but will get paid to do it.
And that's how you know somebody's not true to what they say.
Yeah.
I had
all this talk and no action.
I'm not even gonna say who it was, but I had a person who was claiming that they were like,
God, I hope he's gonna watch this show.
No, it was a female. They were claiming they were claiming they were Buddhist. And like me, having studied philosophy for like 4 years in school, I was like, you're not a Buddhist, like at all. And like she got really offended by that, and she's like, like, what do you mean? And it's like, because you're so materialistic, you're the most materialistic person I know, and that is completely opposite of Buddhism. And anyone who claims they're Buddhist who still has all their possessions is ridiculous. And it really stems from one thing. Basically, now a lot of people they'll say this isn't true, but it's 100% true, that when it comes down to it, Buddhism is basically saying like, this world is not real. Therefore, they want to get to the next place, and they want to
thought it was more about like reincarnation or the cycle of life, because they don't technically have a deity. It's supposed
to be somewhere else is the whole point, that this world is not real. That's the whole point. Okay. And it's kind of like this is the precursor to real life, basically. So you want to do good in this life, right? To get to kind of like, other religions and stuff. But the idea is that, and the reason why you see these Buddhist priests and stuff give up all their possessions is because they know that none of this means anything.
I'm having an Avatar moment.
An Avatar moment.
Well, Legend of Korra, Nickelodeon, where if he, the main antagonist is like this, he's a wind, what's the technical term? Like, there's wind, fire, earth, water. There's like windbreaker or something like that. It's been so long, but
yeah, I don't, dude. You're talking like 10 years since I've seen Avatar.
No. This is like the newer one. So it's been about
like the movie.
No, not the movie. I was talking about the new TV series.
There's a new Avatar TV series.
The Legend of Korra.
Oh, okay.
It takes place like 10 years after.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's really good. The art is phenomenal.
Okay.
But the main antagonist is a wind wielder, breaker, or whatever. God, It's been a while. I forgot the actual term for it. Mm-hmm. And one of the philosophies that he was trying to pursue, like to seek a certain self-enlightenment, was to like release all, like to let go of all personal belongings, whether it be like materials and whatnot. And then of course the final the final personal belonging that he had to let go was his loved one.
Now, why is he letting go of these personal belongings?
Because he wanted to achieve a higher, greater power, which he did, which was flight.
Okay.
And when you're able to fly, you can do some other wicked shit.
Okay.
And that's what made him very dangerous. But in any case, where was I going with this? Like, I was on the...
Oh, so this is my fault. What I did was you were talking about somebody should give up their possessions if they really believe that they're on stolen land.
It just kind of reminded me that.
And I was saying that it reminded me of this Buddhist friend of mine who wasn't really Buddhist because she would never actually give up her possessions.
Maybe these SJWs are really closeted Buddhists.
See, but if they're not really though. Like they're
telling everybody else to give up their shit, but they won't give up their own.
Exactly. You have to think about it like the Matrix, okay? Because the Matrix is basically based on like American Buddhism, and so
wait, we have an American Buddhism?
Absolutely. It's a little bit different. It's not. But the
you mean like Americanized.
Americanized Buddhism, yeah, you could call it that. Yeah, it's Americanized Buddhism.
I do have some friends that are Buddhists. I mean,
but what was the whole point in the Matrix? The whole point was you're in a computer simulation. None of this is real. Try to get to the real world. It's basically the same thing in Buddhism.
Dude, the Matrix is a compilation of like different philosophies, man. Trying to narrow.
Yeah, but
narrowing that down one is going to be really difficult.
I promise, it's mostly based on American Buddhism. I can guarantee.
American Buddhism. That's like saying Panda's Cafe isn't really Chinese. It's just Chinese that's been Americanized. Americanized Chinese. When you ask a real Chinese what that is, it's like that's not Chinese. So it's like, but it's American Chinese. It's like it's either Chinese or it's not.
I mean, no. It's like Tex-Mex.
But it's not
Tex-Mex
Mexican.
is a real thing.
It's not. No.
It's a thing.
Well, it's not supposed to be a thing.
But it is.
Okay.
See, yeah. Boom, bitch. Bomb drop. What's up?
Stupid half.
No, I was really into this shit, Chad. I don't think I could explain how much I was into this shit.
Did you ever watch like those documentaries for like the Matrix, where like everybody had like their breakdowns of like the Matrix of what it is and what it's supposed to represent?
I've seen one or two.
It's the only thing I really remember was that kid in that Buddhist wardrobe was like, "This is a spoon. There really is no spoon." And it just bends.
And it's a Buddhist story.
Yeah.
It's a Buddhist story. It used to be about a flag. So there were three, like, let's see if I can remember the whole story. It was like there was three flags. Or no, there's three students and a flag. And they were watching the flag. And one guy was like, the wind is blowing the flag. And the other guy was like, no, the flag is moving through the wind. And the last guy was like, there is no flag. It's a standard Buddhist story.
Really?
It's Buddhism. I'm telling you, it's Buddhism.
Yeah. Well, this food is actually here because I needed some brain food.
You think?
Whoa.
Chau. Chau.
What?
So you think the food's there?
Well,
but how can you prove that?
Okay.
I mean, really. Like, if you want to talk philosophy, prove it, bitch. Prove it.
What? That the food is not here?
No, the food is here. Prove that the food is here. Try. Bro, thousands of years of philosophy has never been able to prove that, so just don't even try.
It's right here. Okay. You can see it. It's tangible. I can feel it.
You can see a lot of things.
But technically, I wouldn't call this food.
You could see sparkles in your eyes. That doesn't mean those are there.
Stop fucking with me.
I'm just saying. Do you know everybody has a blind spot in their eye?
Yeah.
They have little blind spots, and what your brain does is invent things.
See, originally I wanted to do a review on this food.
Well, you can't now because you dropped the fork.
Okay, well,
that was my nice fork too. That's the only one I have.
Bullshit. I saw two more in the drawer.
It's the only one.
And whatnot. But anyways, I want to talk about this right here.
Okay, what is that?
Okay, so this is you're the one who bought it. You gave it to me for.
I've never had it.
Okay, so it's this pad thai cuisine from chicken pad thai. I mean, all I ate was like the little spring peas and the chicken.
And how was it?
It was tolerable.
I haven't had it, so
because it's not pad thai. Well, because I mean, it's like when you.
Yeah, see, to me, it didn't look like pad thai.
It's not pad thai.
So why does it say that?
Because it's American.
Maybe we don't know what the definition of pad thai is.
Well, why don't we ask somebody who's Thai?
Maybe it fits the definition.
No, pad thai is just like rice noodles and whatnot, eggs. It's got some of the ingredients. It doesn't have any peanuts and there's no fish sauce. But then again,
are those like things that are supposed to be in there?
Yeah.
See, I don't know these things.
See, I mean, this was manufactured in
Ohio.
That'll be if you're right on that. I'm gonna let.
Yep,
it is.
No way. No way. Damn white people. Always fucking shit up like pad thai.
God damn it.
Some of their barbecues just could be like
that was a good guess though. It was like Ohio. It's like nope. No, it says it right there. Look.
What?
Ohio.
I don't believe you.
No, just look.
Oh, it does say that.
Yeah, I told you.
Holy shit, that's really in Ohio. That's so fucking funny.
It's just, when you said like I don't want to try it, I'll let you try. It's like, yeah, let the Asian try it.
Yeah, try the Asian from Ohio.
Yeah, this is definitely not pad thai. It's just mush.
It's probably what they have up there.
Well, because when you're heating up in the microwave and there's like this block of ice in there, because it's frozen and whatnot. Which is that could have been. It could have probably came out better had it been fully defrosted.
Yeah, you really fucked up the process. I don't know what you did though.
Yeah, it said 4 minutes, but then like it came out like it was still frozen, so I put 5 minutes.
I think you were doing it wrong, because that microwave is solid, bro.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying like, there was a block of ice. It was frozen. You put it in the freezer. You took it out. You throw it in the freezer.
Yeah, but by the time it was done, you weren't done. So I feel like you did it wrong. See what I'm saying?
No, it was done.
It wasn't done. I saw you put it back in the microwave.
Yeah, because it said 4 minutes. The instruction says 4 minutes with the cap on, and then you leave it in there, and then like you pop it out when it's done, and then it was like still frozen, and then I threw it back in. What?
Right, no, yeah, what? Totally. No, yeah, all right. Uh-huh.
I don't cook like this often, okay,
bro.
And then you don't take this, and I'm drinking a Pepsi, which I never drank. For you. Why? This is bad. This is like it's like, oh, Chau, you're drinking something that's super unhealthy. It's like, this is not drinking unhealthy. This is called a chaser for this.
Oh, it couldn't have been that bad. Come on. I'm good.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'll back out of that one. I'll back out of that. I'm fine.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, other than that, I don't recommend it.
Okay.
Ever. So that was the using.
I had one of their other ones though, and it was good. I don't remember what it was. It was like beef something.
Was it mushy like this?
No,
because that's not.
It didn't look like eggs. It didn't look like that. That looks terrible. I don't even know what that is.
It's like egg.
Are those eggs?
Yeah, those are eggs and rice.
Yeah, I wouldn't have frozen eggs. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I had to throw in a little sriracha just to make it tolerable.
Yeah,
but I think you ran out of soy sauce. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try to deal with this.
Yeah.
But I got a little little energy in my head and whatnot, but I'm probably going to burn through that really quick. I should have stopped by to Whataburger before I came over. But
yeah, no, that's the smart move.
Have you ever had one of those moments where it's like, I should stop by, but I'm going to keep driving?
Oh, I do that all the time. And I regret it. I regret it absolutely every time.
I mean, I did it because it's like 5:30 in the afternoon and whatnot. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I just want to get over there right now and whatnot. But yeah,
no, I understand, man.
So yeah,
I understand.
White people food.
White people food.
There you go. Jeez, we're like racist as fuck today, aren't we?
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool.
So that's one thing I've learned from the SJWs is that you can't offend white people. So I'm fine with it.
Apparently you can make them feel guilty.
Exactly. You have to talk as much shit as possible to white people, and it's perfectly okay. That's what I've learned. And Christians. And Americans. Pretty much those three things.
What do they do? What do they do?
Who?
Christians.
Oh, dude. The posts I've seen the past couple of days, are you kidding me? Oh, just terrible things about Christians. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why it's okay to talk shit about one religion, but it totally is to just say SJWs. They're like, well, the Crusades. I'm like, are you serious right now? Are you serious? Come on. You're like talking shit about like normal, nice people. Like the nicest people I know. I'm serious. Just the nicest people I know. And you have
probably
the nerve
make the best chicken,
to attack these people.
And they probably make the best chicken pot pie. And you're missing out on that because
yes.
you want to be a dick.
Because you want to be a dick. And I just don't get it, man. Like they've never done anything to you, but they are whenever somebody attacks a religion around here,
no, they don't just attack.
It's Christianity.
They don't attack a religion. They attack a group of someone they don't agree with. They're too busy treating like. I mean, that's why you hear the saying of like the left is going to cannibalize themselves, and it's like, yep.
Eventually.
They're already doing it
because they keep attacking themselves.
Like you don't belong in this group and that group and this group, and it's like whoa.
Like how leftists are attacking feminists now. It's the same thing.
It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy because that feminist is super left, and they're just like, "Fuck you, you right wing bastard," and she's like, "Bro, what the fuck?" You know what I mean?
Bruh. It's so like, bizarre. It's like if you're not racist, you're a sexist. If you're not sexist, you're a homophobe. And if you're not a homophobe, you're a
Xenophobia is like against countries. So like if you don't like Germans,
you know what I used to think. What xenophobia was. When I first heard that word, I thought it was like a fear, like you had like a hatred against like the aliens creature from Aliens, because it's a xenomorph.
No, continue, please.
No, really, I thought that was it for some odd reason. I was like, what? I didn't know. Well, I don't keep up with this.
To be fair, the first time I heard it, I had to Google it. I did. Because I didn't know what it was. I tend to Google words.
I had xenomorph. I kept hearing xeno. I didn't bother to. I was being lazy, but I just kind of like left it in my head. Like, they hate aliens.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
What do you have against aliens?
Yeah, no. It's like, goddamn xenomorphs, you know? Because it's xenophobia, xenomorph, you know? And then they just.
But like in your brain, you had to know that was wrong, right? You were like, they wouldn't hate the alien from Alien.
I didn't even understand why they didn't hate him to begin with. It's like, what, you want to shoot the bastards?
You're so weird, Chau.
I'm just saying that, originally I thought it meant like they.
I need to understand your thought process because
there's nothing to understand.
I just don't get it. I try.
Well, what's there to try? Just understand that I am weird. I'm okay with that, and I don't even have myself figured out yet.
You should work.
What makes you think you're gonna figure it out?
Because I'm good at deciphering people. I'll figure you out. Like butter on bread. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know, it's like John Cena thing. Like, I had my hand up here.
God damn it, Chau. What? You're ridiculous.
What? I'm just like, I had my hand on here, and just all of a sudden I had a John Cena moment. So I was just kind of like,
I had a friend's dad who used to do this when he was trying to fight. Right? He called it the windshield wipers.
Yeah.
Try to get through this. Yeah. Yeah.
I was just, because I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, and I just thought it was stupid. And then,
it is stupid. I've never.
Now I see John Cena in every goddamn commercial.
I see him in memes.
He makes a great meme.
He makes a great meme, and his music too is so good.
Yeah, the gifs. The gifs. Dude, I saw somebody post up GIF or GIF. It's GIF, goddammit.
Oh yeah, I posted about that.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, I was listening. I was like, yeah, I know what that is. It's like people actually still say GIF.
He was like, you're trying to tell me it's pronounced graphics? Why don't I go home and pet my Jolden Retriever? Oh, I know. How about I go home and get you a gift? Maybe a nice Ginny Pig. It was really, I liked that. That was good. That was solid.
What were we talking about again?
Dude, we haven't had a subject this entire thing.
I know, it's great.
We've just been going back and forth. So we don't have a subject right now.
Who cares? We'll just wrap it up right there.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us here at Us in the Middle. Guys, my name's Chau. Your co-host checking out.
I'm Ian.
The half-breed.
Can I do that? Can my nickname be Ian the half-breed?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah, we'll go with the half-breed.
Okay, sweet.
I like the half-breed.
Chow time and half-breed. Coming at you.
Let me think about chow time.
No. If I get half-breed, you get chow time. Or chow town. Or how now, brown cow. That could also be you.
That sounds stupid.
How now, brown chow. That's good. Yes.
We'll think about that. So if this is your first time hanging out with us, guys,
you're probably scared and gonna run away.
Hit the subscribe. Jesus. Hit that subscribe button and that bell icon for more updates, and we'll see you next time.
Oh yeah.
How did you say that again? How
now, brown chow.
What the fuck?